Hey, North Pointe family, I want us to think about the relationship, the connection between our relationship with God and our obedience. This past Sunday, we looked at 1 John 2, 3 through 11, where John suggested that our obedience shows the reality or lack of reality of a relationship with God. I want to make sure we have the order connected. So when I was 20 years old, I went back to visit some relatives in Maine. It was the first time in 4 years I'd seen them. In this particular case, I was visiting an aunt and uncle. The aunt was my dad's youngest sister. And in the first 30 to 60 minutes of our conversation, at least 5 times she said to me, "Boy, Andrew, that mannerism, it reminds me of your father. That facial expression, the way you smile, it reminds me of your father." Look, I wasn't trying to imitate my father. But it makes sense, doesn't it? I'd grown up in his house for almost 20 years. I'd observed him. I'd been in his presence. Of course, I take on his mannerisms, his facial expressions, without even knowing it. Well, John, in that passage, uses the word abide with Jesus. It means we're taking up residence with him. We're in his presence. And our obedience starts there. By taking up residence with Jesus, by abiding with him, by being in his presence. The values, the priorities, the obedience, the love, it flows from that. Boy, if we walk away from that passage in 1 John 2, 3 through 11, talking obedience and love, thinking, man, I really got to do this. Well, we've missed the point. John is encouraging us, is pushing us towards this Jesus that he knew, he saw and touched and contemplated. And saying, you'll know you've been in his presence when you obey his words and love your brother. I pray as a body, individually and corporately, we're growing in our obedience because we're spending so much time in Jesus' presence.